Need you, baby. Now in the studio with me. In fact, as Lauren Hill can't take your eyes off you. In the studio with me, Clive Barker. Good morning, Clive.
Hi, Trevor. How's it going?
Very well. So I asked you what's your favorite song, and you're like the one that's playing.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic. Shows my how old I am.
No, not really. That's a classic. That is like, sheesh, unbelievable. Let's get down to the real deal. First of all, your association with Mattress King. I see you're wearing the label.
Yeah, a very good friend of mine, Param Joseph, the Caledon family. We go back many, many years, and really a true friend and a good businessman. Fantastic all round to know him, and delighted for his success.
Lovely, lovely. You also had some in fact, you had great success in the season, our last season with Amazulu. Awesome, man. Was it all that you thought it would be, or?
Look, I think we thought we could have got a bit closer, and certainly in the last couple of games we let ourselves down. But I just think it was a good year to build on, and of course, you know, Neil Tovey's taken over as the coach, and Calvin Peterson is his assistant. I'm going to be in the stands rolling my hands over when they don't make the right substitutions. It's just going to be a good year, and I think if we sign sensibly, and I think we need another striker, and certainly a wide player with flair, and we're talking to Chineni from Pirates. I think that they will go very, very close to winning the championship next year.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know, the big one starts on Sunday, Confed Cup. You've seen Bafana's performance just recently with Poland. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I think it was a good performance. I think Stephen Pienaar, a big factor. And I think if Modisa plays in behind the strikers and they allow him to express himself, then I've no doubt about it that Iraq will be very similar to Poland in stature, the way they play. They'll be organised, but they won't be exciting. And I think that if we play to our potential, it's very important that we do win, and we must win on Sunday.
What about a draw?
Yeah, a draw would be the worst situation after a win, but no, I think this is vitally important. You know, when the Springbok Rugby team won the World Cup here, when Joel Stransky, of course, dropped that fantastic drop kick, they smashed the Australians in the opening match. When we won the African Cup of Nations, we rolled over Cameroon 3-0, and I think it's vitally important that you get the ship out the harbour right at the beginning.
Yes, man. I was looking at Confed Cup Classics. I saw you yesterday in the game. Well, we lost it 1-4-3 in the last second. When you look at those games and you go back to your days with Bafana, I mean, it means a lot to the. I'm up in Cape Town, and we got guys in Cape Town saying that it's like, you know what, Clive Barker is still the man. Would you take a Bafana job again?
Only in a crisis situation. I wouldn't take it over a long term. I've had my turn as the coach, and of course, if they had a problem, I'd love to go and get 3 million rand a month. I'm sure my bank manager would love me to do that.
And finally, before you run away, it's always a story with Bafana players, as they say, towards on the eve they want more money. You've been in the Bafana campaign administration. Is it the players that put that pressure?
No, I think poorly organised. You know, when Monet du Plessis was in charge of South Africa, when they won the World Cup, we went down to visit him, and one of the issues that they spoke about as the rugby team and the football team, we did and followed them, was to make sure these things are all in place before you get into camp. I mean, they should have discussed this well in advance. It shouldn't have been a problem, because they should have gone in there with that put behind them. They don't need the extra pressure, and I think it was negative press that they got at the wrong time. I know one thing, if we lose, everybody will say they only played for the money, and they were unhappy about it, which is a bad reflection on our footballers. I don't think it was like that. It was poorly organised, and they should have had that in place by the time they got to camp.
So administration once again comes into play.
I would think so, but that's unfair because I haven't heard the other side of the story. Maybe I'll hear about it because I'm up there tomorrow watching the opening, and so we'll have more than likely be able to find out the real thing.
Okay, let's just get to the end of it. Confed Cup, who do you see as the final semi-finals?
Yeah, I think everybody's would back South Africa and Spain to win our section.
Okay.
And then of course Italy and Brazil.
Yes.
So if we get to the semi-finals, it'll be a fantastic an achievement. I mean, who knows? You know, in the semi-final, in a one-off situation,
anything can happen from there on.
Pop anybody.
Now, I know you're ready to run up. You're not in Amazulu. Nobody knows where Clive Barker is going to next year. You haven't sent out any press release. Let East Coast Radio be the first to know. Clive, next year, what you got? Well, the 2009-2010 season.
No, well, that's not quite right because I am still with Amazulu.
Oh, you are still with Amazulu? You just stepped down?
I've stepped up.
Stepped up?
Sideways and maybe back. I'm not quite sure, but I'm involved with them on the development side. We're going to have things in place that we hope to change to make sure that there is the consistency of bringing players through rather having to pay big money for players. And I think if we can do that on a regular basis, then there would be people from KwaZulu-Natal, the talent we would find out there, and of course it would stand Amazulu in good stead.
Definitely. Clive Barker, as always, it's great talking to you. So it's a fact, good soccer players sleep on the mattress king beds.
Maybe the Serta is my choice for today.
Serta is definitely the choice of today. Clive, thank you so much, man.
Thanks.